Generic greetings and welcome to Mashinky, a game about trains and all of the associated things that go along with that, such as tracks, passengers, and sheer distilled awesomeness. This is a game where you will place different tracks and build trains and have rail systems going from town to ferry passengers and cargo and convert cargo into something else and then send that elsewhere to make money and just have a lot of fun. It's currently in early access, so the typical disclaimers apply of basically it isn't finished yet. There's going to be more eras, more tracks, more everything basically. Also, there's a couple of issues with the game and bugs and performance. Actually, that's the main one. It runs like a bag of balls, at least for me, in my experience, which is limited to just over an hour. So it's a first impressions here, not a review. This is due out on the 6th of October, so links in the description if you do want to check it out. Let's click new game, and I will show you a little bit of it. So, we can say recommended for first game. It's going to give us 128 by 128. It is a tile-based system, so I will actually knock that up a little bit. We can go to advanced, and you can change loads of stuff. All I'm going to do here is just turn the tutorial off, and then we'll click new game, and it will take about an hour to generate, or at least it can take a while. And I say I don't normally mention the performance at this stage or in general. As long as it's okay, I'm just like, yeah, fine. I'm not really too bothered about stupid FPS, but it is a bit dodgy at times. Like, it can be really, really junky. It can take ages to generate. The frame rate can be dropping for no reason. It does work much better in windowed mode, but then that's really not convenient for recording because you get borders and stuff. So, yeah, hopefully there's a borderless window feature going to be added at some point. Maybe it's just the setup, but hey-ho. Early access games and all of that. In this scenario, it starts off, because of the settings and because of the state of the game, it starts off in the 20s and then it'll go up until modern day. I assume. I haven't actually got that far. I think I've only got to like the sort of mid-30s or something like that. But the idea is to add more tracks, more trains, more different types of passengers and cargo, just more stuff throughout the early access and development period. And also, I think there was also discussion about adding more transport solution systems, because at the moment it is just trains, so I think there might be buses and other stuff added. It'll be getting towards that sort of transport tycoon level, whereas at the moment it's more sort of Sid Meier's railroads going towards open TTD. Actually, no, it's not really OTTD, is it? Because that would be what it's trying to aim for. Hey-ho. Either way, we're going to build some trains when it finally generates. There is multiplayer planned as well, but currently it's grayed out, so we can't try that. No, I've tried it. So, yeah. I don't know how aggressive that will be or anything like that. What's that? That looks like some sort of weird head on the top of there. Anyway, so first passengers, unique opportunity. This is a quest and subsidies. You will get different quests to transport people about. So anyway, we can have a quick scroller right around and you can see the map, which is fairly pretty. You can zoom right in. You've got very, very nice things. There you go. Actually, what I'm going to do is just pause it for a moment because we don't need to see that. And you can see we've got different towns. So it's all in the 20s. 6th of July, 1920 there. So we've got like a little chapel, we've got some houses, very, very nice indeed, and ooh, good grief, look at the terrain altering there. That's just because of the settings I've got it on. So you can see we've got different city names. We've got Doncaster, York, Macclesfield, Bradford, Rotherham, Dundee. It's all random, so it's obviously not accurate. North Tyneside, a bit closer to home. What else we got? Salford, Plymouth, Glasgow coal mine. Let's see if we can find something closer. Liverpool with a Czech. You alright, mate? No, we can't get that. No, and Nottingham. No, okay, right. I guess we're gonna have to do. Oh, there's London. London. That's the capital city. The big smoke. What else have we got? There's other different towns. Okay, right. So we're gonna go over to probably somewhere in the centre because it'll be quite easy to show you. So we're gonna start off in Rotherham here. And what happens is you have a certain number of passengers, so we've got 21 passengers here. It shows the amount of outgoing and the amount of money you will get for transporting people from one place to another. And then you can see like Dumfries, Galway. We've got a couple, like not as many passengers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a line going from Rotherham to Dundee. So we will get into the build mode by either pressing space or this button here. So you do that and boom, you go into build mode. So you can see it is very, very simplified. It looks like a game from the early 90s. And this allows us to build quite easily. So we could alter this train down. We could reduce it down because I need to go this way. Or I could go through it if it was high enough because you can build tunnels. You can build tunnels. They are in there, and bridges as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and alter the terrain just a smidgen. So we will say probably level level off, and can we do that? Can we no, lower the terrain? So we'll lower it there, lower it there, lower it there. Yeah, that's not too bad, although we probably want to use the level tool at some point, but that's not too bad. I'm trying to make it still a bit organic so it can curve round. Maybe just take the edge off this one. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so that's fine. So we'll go over to first station. When you build a station, it's actually important where you build it, because when you clicky draggy it, like I'm going to do now, you can see it has like a certain effect around it, so that's where it will service. So we're currently over Rotherham, so it'll be okay. We'll only make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long. There we go. Cost us 50 credits. We got over 1,000, so it's no real problem there. And then we're going to do the same over this side as well, and we'll put the track in here, so it'll be 54 because we have to delete a couple of trees, and then we'll get the track tool, and then we'll start tracking around the place. So you can just connect it like that, and it will try to automatically curve around. I'm going to probably have it go along like so and connect up like that. There you go. So that's our track. That's 2 things connected, and then what we need to do is build a depot. Now the depot is where we have our trains stored, and also where we can send them back for upgrading. Now you can have a track which is either connected like one way, so that way, hang on, that way, or you can say rotate it around and connect it like that. I would recommend you build it so you can connect up to 2 things. So there was a place here like that, so it can go either that way or that way. It just means if you have to dock it up. If you have to put it into service or anything, you can easily, it doesn't have to go to the other station then back, because otherwise it'll be a bit of a nightmare there. Okay, so we're going to click on that depot, we're going to say engines, and then we can get either a 260 porter, which is 40 generic units of currency, or we've got the 460 Baldwin, which is 20 wood, which we don't have. You can see they have top speeds, they have horsepowers, things like that. So this one is actually, it's got a bit higher top speed, much more power, but it also weighs almost double. In fact, it weighs more than double. Yeah, it's quite a heavy beast. Also, it's twice as much to operate. So we're going to get the porter, and we'll go over to wagons, and we're going to have, we can either have a Pullman, or we can have a coach car. Now, the coach car has capacity 18, but it is 15 tons, but it's overall better than the Pullman, so I'm going to say 1, 2, and they are fairly big, so we'll say 3. So that's now added automatically to this one here, and then I can pretty much click start. Now, if the game can, it will automatically generate the routes. So in this case, our orders, it doesn't actually have an order. Is it going to go? Oh, it will go if I unpause it. There we go. And what we'll do is see the thing coming out of here. He says, come on. Oh, look at that depth of field there. On that, ooh, very nice depth of field. And there it is. Oh, yeah, boy. Choo-choo. There it goes. So that is our passenger car. And it is automatically going to go to here and over to here. Good. Excellent. You can click on it and you can see the info on it. You can see its orders, which currently there isn't any. But it's because it's automatically done. I assume and would hope that later on in development, it would show you, it would automatically generate the orders so you can alter them. That would be better than it just, at the moment it's on, it'll do what it wants, but then you can add orders in there, but as soon as you add one, I think it stops it doing what it was previously doing. So it'd be nice if it, when you placed it, generated all of the orders, and then you can alter them and make alterations. You can also ride on the train, so you can say, where is it? That one there, and you can ride on the train, look at that. Sweet. So we can say, oh, no, I want to ride on the train. There's also, we don't get any, people get, you can't see there's like people getting on or off. It's not really that detailed. Where's it going? Is it backing up? I don't know where it's going. We'll click on that. You can see it's just coming up to the edge here. You can go back in different carriages, so we're actually inside one of the carriages now. And you can go back and forward. We'll just get to the front of the train, and you can say center, left. There you go. Now we can't see the firebox or anything, but you can have a look around the train. Cool. Anyway, so close that. And if we zoom out, we'll be able to see it has train, 1 passengers of a maximum of 54. So there's not many. There's not many. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's not very close to the center of the town. Either way, it should start to fill up, or one would hope. Okay, so what's also happening here, I don't know if you can see, is this is a forest near Rotherham. This is an industry thing. I mean, you've got a normal forest like this, but this is actually a piece of industry. So that is generating 1 wood, and that's putting it into the station. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we can get that wood out and transfer it elsewhere. And we want to transfer it to the sawmill because that turns 3 wood into 2 planks. We also have on the left-hand side here quests and subsidies. So we can invest 100 wood, or planks rather, to gain extra bonuses, and we might do that. Let's just see what happens here. That's going to drop them off. I'm hoping that later on you will get people wandering around and things like that. At the moment you just get the symbols changing. So there we go, we've made 1 generic unit of currency. Oh no, that would cost us 1 to move there, but we made some money from that getting there, and it's now got 8 passengers. How is this one? This is got only 1 passenger. Ah, well. Okay, let's just go for a bit more building. So press space. Things will not pause when you go into build mode. It's just how it is. And the problem we have is that I want to double track it here. So I want to go for a station and have a station go along like so. And then I want to have a station run through there, but the building's in the way. That's a problem. That's a problem because I wanted to actually go through that, but I can't because that is an industry type. So I'm actually going to have to delete that. Great shame. So we'll delete that. And we probably could go around. Probably could go around instead. Like that, you see? Yeah, that's probably best. And then over to here. And we'll we'll station it near the sawmill. Like that. And then we'll connect that up. There you go. Okay. It says our other station. Not very big. Probably need to extend the station. Quite easy to do. You just drag off it like that. And that makes it bigger. Station's too large. I don't believe that is the case. Anyway, so there's that put in. We will get ourselves another depot. So it'll be... I think that will do us. Something like that in the middle of it. Yeah, no problem. And then we will get a engine. One of those. And we want to add, in this case, these cars. These stew dingers. Whatever the hell that is. Either way, carries logs. So we're going to say 3 of those, job done. And then we'll say start. So, again, that's automatically going to generate the route. It's going to go this way. It's going to pick up logs. And then it's going to take it over there. Let's just see how we're getting on here. Well, we've got 2 passengers, so that's a big increase. You can see the little line there. I don't know if you saw that, like a little passenger like jumping towards that. They don't have like the power of flight, but they just, you know, had a little stroll over there. You can build roads, as I mentioned, so you can click on road and say build a road over to there, so maybe that'll increase it, I don't know. I can't remember whether the towns grow bigger or not. Genuinely can't remember. Either way, you can see we've got 2 trains coming in. That's going to look very nice. Look at that. Nice. Double trains. Having like a race. Now, you might be thinking, why didn't I just connect this up to this? That's because trains can crash into each other. That is a thing. It's not like railroads where they will automatically just go through each other. Nothing like that. No, they will crash into each other. So yeah, you have to be aware of that. Okay, so we are transporting passengers. Currently 8 passengers going back and forward. So nowhere near the size that we really need it. Probably should have had the... the place closer to this station closer to it. I'm just checking on the information, but it's not giving me anything. The information is unfinished, incomplete. You can rename your stations as well, so if you really want to, you can say, you know, rename, whatever. It shows you statistics. You can also add extensions to things. So, for example, I can go to this station here, and I can say extensions, and you can have a waiting, which is increase the loading speed and the capacity, and also the catchment area is increased. So if we put this in, say here, you can see it makes it a lot bigger, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it in there. Can I rotate it? I can rotate it, and it does actually alter. Strangely, the area effect. I'm going to put it there. I'm also going to do the same thing over here, and increasing the catchment area will hopefully, yeah, look at the amount of buildings it services now. There we go. That should be good. And we've now got a train station. There you go. Look at that. Very nice. There's something quite quaint about the way it looks. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's certainly not the, you know, it's certainly not massively high fidelity, and there's a bit of junkiness with the trains going around and stuff, but there's something quite nice about it. It's very warm. I don't know. I think it's just the muted tones that it uses, perhaps. Anyway, so that should hopefully increase that. That'll be good. Over here we can see we've got some logs, so we might as well transfer the logs. Oh, yes, you do get seasons as well. Can you see it's all getting cold? Well, there's loads of frost on there because we're in November, and there will be frost and snow go on top of the trains. It's really cool that way. Hear that banging away? There's like ambient sounds from the towns and stuff like that. So anyway, we've got 14 passengers there now, so that's really increased it. And over here we've got 3, so it's increased it a little bit. Okay, cool. So we've also got a coal mine near Rotherham, and is there anywhere I can take it? I can take that coal over to... I can take it over to the tool works near Glasgow, and that will turn wood and coal into one of that symbol and one of that symbol, which is this. I think that's like... Is that cork? I don't know. Either way, do we want to do that? Well, with 356 credits, no, probably not. Don't have enough to do that. What I'm going to do is speed it up to max speed and just see if we can do any better. See how much money we can get. You can see the... look at that. I do like the way the seasons change. That's very, very nice. Obviously, when you've got different... I was going to say biomes, but I don't mean biomes. But when you've got different areas where it's colder than others, that's very, very good. And maybe warmer climates as well. That'd be cool as well. Anyway, so where are we at? Oh, collect our reward, first passengers. So we've transported 50 passengers, so we'll collect that. So we're just on this one now, which is invest planks or invest the coal. Now actually I've got planks, loads of them. I can transport them over to it. I need to send them to a tool company, and there's tool works in New York over there. Right, that's the plan. So we will keep it on this speed, go to build mode once more, over to the station. We will put a station in like so, and then we will have a track that comes along and up. Now this is going to go to the tool works near York, and we will stop it about there because I don't know what side of York it's going to go on. We've also got a delivery of logs, which is deliver 100 logs to any sawmill. Well, I'm already doing that. You can see progress is up at 21 already, so that's cool. That's no problem whatsoever. We're going to have the station go along like so, and we'll have it about that size. That's perfectly fine. Then we'll have that in there, and then, as I've said before, we will have this. I keep on pressing R to rotate it, but it's actually middle mouse. I want to have this in the middle, so about there is perfectly acceptable. And then we'll say engines. We want a 260 Porter, and then what we want to do is add a wagon, which will be a Roghofer, something like that. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's... is it Czech? I could be getting this wrong. I know the Mashinky is a word. It means train in whatever language the developer... well, whatever his primary language is, I believe. Anyway, so you can see we are now transferring the wood back and forward. The reason I only went with 3 of those is because there was no real point in me getting more than 3 of those trains, because even though it says 63 there, I think because of the speed of generation, because it takes 3 to 2, we'll probably end up... that's just a backlog, so once we finish that we should be okay. Looks like it's gone cold again. There you go. That's not going away. Can we buy the sawmill? You can have... oh, you can have extensions on it, so we can say make a toy shop which converts wood into dollars. On-site shop allowing the sawmill to sell products directly. That might be quite good. Do I really want to do that though? I don't think so. The employee quarters accommodate sawmill workers, increases production, so it adds an extra wood to plank conversion. We've only got 14 planks. There's our delivery logs. Collect the reward. Now we've got a delivery of timber, which we're doing. So that's very, very simple. It is timber? Is it called timber? It is called timber. Right, okay. So we're up to 642 generic units of currency. There's a couple of buttons I haven't gone through. This is your overall list of trains. There you go. That's all of your stations. That's all of your depots, which we haven't named. There's all of the buildings that are currently in the game, which, well, yeah, it's a big list of things that, to be honest, you probably won't use. And then finally, you've got all the buildings as well. And news, which isn't in there. I'm assuming random events and things that might be added in the future, but we'll have to see. Okay, so... what I want to do is, this is a coal mine. I'll need to take the coal to, well, I could try and take it over to the toolworks near York, but that's probably a little bit too far. It's probably better to go to Glasgow, because I'll have to go around and across. So let's see, let's go to, how are we getting on this one? This is early steam age. When can we do it? We can do it up until the 30s, and then we're in 22, and we're about a quarter of the way there, so we shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, so this coal mine near Rotherham, we're gonna station that up like so, and then we'll have a station over near Glasgow like so, like that, and then we'll have a track that will come down, and I need to be careful here, and into there. There we go. Right, and then we'll have this. It's cost 74 because I have to delete some trees. So, engines, porter. Wagons will be the... well, can I be the Talbot or the Lintz? Now, the Lintz is better because it has a high capacity and only weighs a little bit more, but it does cost 16 timber, so we're not going to have that. I'm going to have 4 of those. Yeah, and then we'll start. And then I'll go back and forward. So, what I want to do now is show you how you have like a 3-way system. So, I'm going to have probably... Ooh, what's the best way of doing this? Okay, the one I'm about to do is not the best way of doing this. It is just a way. Or is it? Okay, no, we should be okay. What I'm going to do is have a... This is in Brighton. We'll have just a little station there. This is going to be like a little branch line, essentially. So we'll have one station there, and then one station there. Okay? And then what I'll do is have a track going from there to there, there to there, and then there to there. Okay? So, very, very small. And then we'll have, obviously, our depot, which should fit in perfectly in here. Nope, it does not. Okay, we need to fit it in somewhere. We can have a double tracker, which was around here. I think that was fine. Actually, ideally, I want to have it so... No. Can we not have it anywhere like this? No. It's going to have to be this place. That'll do it. Alright, there we go. So, we'll have an engine, porter, wagons, and we'll have 2 coach cars. I don't think we need much more than that. In fact, probably the Pullman would probably be better because it's lighter. But what I'll do, I'm going to manually do the orders now. So we'll go to orders, and you can add stations. You can, what's that one? That is skip stations. That one is remove. Where is it? Either way, we're going to add the station. So we're going to add that station, and add that station. And that's the order. Now, you can say in between that, like full load, unload, things like that. Reverse, yeah, you can do all of that, but I don't need to do any of that. So I'm just going to remove some of these. What's that one there? That is... What's that one? Oh, that is yeah, changing the order, you see. That's your start one. So I'll say that one there. If we click start, it should go between all 3 now. Although, a bit of a problem here. It's going to have to go to there and then spin round. Ah, well, that doesn't really much matter. But you can see what we've done there. Deforestation, we've got... Deliver 1,000 logs from the forest near Flintshire, which is quite a ways away. Now, unlike railroads, you don't have to spur off from any of your previous lines, so I could start doing that. However, I've got so little cash and it's so far away that I'm not going to bother. Either way, look at that. There's our train, and it's perfectly sized. Very, very nice indeed. Now, obviously, there's not going to be many people going there, because it's quite small, but maybe once we've started, it'll crack on okay. How is our other stuff? Delivery timber up to 63. The age of steam is getting there. We've got 34 timber there. This has still got 31 timber, so it's slowly going down. So there's no real problem there. We'll speed up to max speed and let it crack on. But once you get to slightly more advanced stuff, you will be converting different things. Oh my good grief! Look at the amount of people that are going into that station. These stations are doing quite well. What I want to do is see if I can extend this station. We've got a freight station, we've got a bistro. Bistro is increased income. You've got one for storage. You've got a platform. Is this just... What's this? Add a platform? What's it actually say? Platform. This station part has no effect unless you need to extend the station area or fill some holes. So I can just make it like that. Yeah, that's all it is. Anyway, we've got subsidy. Ministry of Industry and Trade is offering subsidies for medium-sized companies to go right now. We're too small to get it. We have to own at least 6 trains, otherwise they'll think we're just a few people in a cupboard. Okay, 6 trains. What? I've got 5 trains. Well, it would be rude not to get extra cash, wouldn't it? How about then Bradford, New York gets connectorated up. I think that's about right. We should just have the money. So station. 1 there. And 1 there. Connected. Connected. And delivery of coal. Deliver 200 units of coal from any tool works. Right, we'll be doing that, that's fine. So, a lot of objectives here. We're just getting close. Let's have a wagon. Size of this one. Couple of coach cars, I believe, and then we'll start that. Let's just go down here to make sure this is still going away. Yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, we're good there. Right, so, subsidy, collect a reward, 25 woods. That's because of the having 6 trains. And we've also got track construction. Build 200 pieces of track. I think I've already got that, mate, quite honestly, but, oh well. It's building from now on. So deforestation, don't think we're going to be able to do that. Well, we're not, because we're not even attempting it. The delivery of coal, we are on about a quarter. And the delivery of timber, we're over 3 quarters now. So quite decent. We've got 91, 92, 93 woods for it's going up, and hopefully we can get enough to put into this. So you invest into it, and the option is continue to the next area is the next one. You get 20 steel, I think that is, and you get a foundry extension to add on to different stuff. Yeah, have you seen how like it's more autumnal now, because it's got like all of the leaves are going a bit brown, and it's got like that nice haze to it. Yes, I like that. I like autumn weather and the word autumnal. It's very nice. So do we want to ride a train? I mean, what's this? This one will probably be a nice one to ride on. And you can also go. Nice. Can you ride on? Oh, you can ride on the back. Okay, we're doing a bit of freight hopping. Just jump on the back of a logging wagon. Probably not recommended. I would just buy a ticket, to be honest with you. Okay, close that off. And we're almost into the next era, or we'll be able to get that. Is it already delivered? There's the wood converted. And we need 3 and we've only got 2. What a nightmare. Let's just speed it up to max, because we'll get that done soon. In terms of coal, we are on 27? Yeah. But we're transferring that okay. The conversion just takes a little time. As I said, you can upgrade that. In fact, we probably want to do some upgrades on this one. We could say extensions. So loading speed for freight, look. So you can say, you know, this is like a freight loader, so it's got like probably like a crane on it. It doesn't, but it will. It also costs us loads of cash, which I didn't realise. Darn and blast. Yeah, cost 80 wood. Oh well, looks like we're not going to the next era. It doesn't matter. You just progress on, really. Essentially, you're going into that early, and you get new engines and stuff like that. But yeah, that is anyway a little bit of Mashinky. It's fantastic, isn't it? It's a game about trains, and that's all I really need to have. It's very toy boxy, but also it's in that nice middle ground that I like, where you're not having to spend. You're not having to go, click on this one, click on this button, do this, add the extensions, build it there. Just build a line and a couple of terminals, it's a couple of buttons, and then the train just does its thing. You don't have to add 30 different options and stations and then put all of the orders in. I mean, you can. That's the thing, you can. But otherwise, it just works. It's very board gamey, like, you know, you are just transferring the symbols around. You know, it's very readable. I like it. I like everything I'm seeing so far, apart from the performance. I think that's the main thing for me at the moment. It is still it's early access, as I said. Also, I'm playing this a couple of weeks before release, so I like to say it's out on October the 6th, depending on when we watch this. Might be now or not. Either way, I'll be featuring more of this. You can pretty much guarantee it. Interested to see how far you can progress with it. Really interested to see what other things are going to be added. Yeah. Seems to be ticking all the boxes for me so far. As always, links in the description so you can check this out yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.